Festival.
A Radio Andy special event now.
This is the Radio Andy Town Hall with the B-52s. They're the proud purveyors of love and unity through music and pop culture since 1977. And rock music's most beloved and enduring bands. Join Andy Cohen for a look back on the last 45 years as they embark on their nationwide farewell tour. From the SiriusXM headquarters, the Radio Andy Town Hall with the B-52s, hosted by Andy Cohen, starts now.
All right, welcome everybody. Man, have I been wanting to do this for a long time. I consider myself a great fan of the B-52s. I consider the B-52s not only the ultimate party band, but unlike any other band ever, you created a sound that is entirely your own, and we are all for the better for it. So welcome Kate Pearson, Fred Schneider, and Cindy Wilson, the B-52s, everybody.
Hey, Andy. Didn't you go dance for us once?
I did go dance for you with my friend Graciela, and you. I don't know what tour it was, but we were at Radio City, and you had two people go dancing. It was a Good Stuff tour.
Yeah.
You had two people go dancing on stage, and we said, well, what is this? What is this? And your manager at the time, Steve Jensen, said, we're occasionally letting some friends of the band.
Well, I invited you.
Yes. And we did. and we came, and it was so exciting. It was absolutely incredible.
We were honored to have you.
I was young, and my inhibitions ran free, and I'm not sure I would have the same courage today as I did back then. Yes, yeah, that's right. The B-52s are on their nationwide farewell tour right now. They're at the Beacon Theater here in New York City, Thursday night and Friday night. You can go to the B52s.com for tour dates and tickets. It's been 45 years of performing. Fred, why say this is our farewell tour?
Well, we're not going to tour anymore, like do big tours, but we will do shows.
Okay.
We want to keep doing shows.
It's the Cherwell tour.
I was going to say, Cher. By the way,
keeps performing. We might do. We have a secret thing going for next year.
Okay.
So, but we're not going to say until it's all definite, and we'll let everyone know.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But it's safe to say that this is the last time that you're going to be performing in a lot of these cities that you're touring in right now. Yes. Yeah. I mean, funny that you say that, Fred, because I saw Elton John's farewell tour in L.A. before COVID. And then I just saw it again about 2 weeks ago. I was like, all right.
And then I'll have the wheelchair tour.
Yes, exactly.
Farewell again and again and again.
Cindy, when you think back at 45 years of touring, are you surprised now what do you think your younger self would say about the three of you now still on the road, still singing your great catalog of hits?
Yeah, it's, I'm 65 now, and I was 19 when I started. So I can tell you, quite honestly, no way would I've known that I'd be an old lady shaking my booty up there.
Shaking your groove thing.
But I got to tell you something, you guys, this is what's incredible. To go to a B-52 show, the energy is so intense. Your music, it's not like you can play slow versions of Party Out of Bounds or, any of your music. It's always full throttle. How do you get it up for each show, Kate?
Well, first of all, we have a great band.
Yeah.
And Sterling Campbell and Tracy Wormworth, Ken Murray, Greg Saran. We've had really great energy with the drumming, and we kind of recreate the show as we go each time. There's like Love Shack and Rock Lobster, the beat and the driving beat of all the dance songs that we do just get us going. And it's kind of like we're doing again. We look at the audience and see this great energy coming from the audience, and they're dancing, and we're interacting with them. So it just gives us, it's like an energy feed kind of.
Yeah,
it's
I
just a
think
party.
we'd much rather have up-tempo you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
We rock. We rock.
Yeah, you do rock. You so we're listening to Love Shack right now. I mean, Love Shack came at a precarious, wild time in your career. Cosmic Thing was such an album of not only rebuilding for the band, but it wound up blowing you guys into a stratosphere that you had not been on previously in terms of hits and exposure and mainstream acceptance. When you look back at writing the song Love Shack, did you at the time have any idea that it would be the hit that it was, Fred?
We thought, well, I think we all thought it was, you know, our most accessible and fun, and we do it better than any wedding band. But we thought it was good, but mainstream wouldn't touch it, even though alternative and college radio, it went to #1. And once it did that around the country, mainstream radio finally said, "Oh, we always liked it." I'm like, "Well, why didn't you play it?" But they finally started playing it, and it just caught on, and people still like it. We still do the best version.
And REM came to the studio when we were recording, and they said it's a hit. So
Really?
so that was confirmation.
And when you, I know you've told the story a million times, Cindy, but the Tin Roof Rusted, how did that come to be?
Well, you know, it was a time where Ricky had passed, and we were back in the studio trying to write with Keith's music, you know, which he was a hero, going back and writing music. And we were in the studio just jamming, and like we, you know, and which we had great pleasure, and it was a really healing thing to do. And we were having the best time, and we were so into it. We were all jamming at the same time. You know, 3 mics, nobody knows what each other was saying, you know. But all of a sudden the music stopped, you know, and I just kept going. And everybody stopped, and I was saying, just continued my thought, which was Tin Roof Rusted.
Wow.
And history was made.
And history was made, for real.
We had to keep that in. When we write by jamming, we sort of collage the pieces together, and we heard that pause, and that has to be the end.
Well, I couldn't hear her, and I said, "You're what?"
Oh, and that's in there too, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
So then, at that time, Love Shack became also a big MTV. You became then, with Cosmic Thing, a big MTV band. Now, if I ever had to think of a band that was ready to go for MTV, I would think of you all. You're so visually brilliant. What was it like then, at that point, really breaking on MTV? Was that a big victory for you, or was it just part of the gig?
I mean,
we had time to watch TV.
Right. Yeah, right.
We were MTV ready for sure.
Yeah.
We were colorful and, you know, so visual. And we did the Love Shack video. Was really a blast. We were out in the country, and RuPaul was in it, and Lady Bunny, and so RuPaul got the line dance going and kind of organized everyone to get ready. And
that's great.
But it was fun doing the video, and that's the one that won the MTV Video Award.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And
we won 2, I think.
Yeah,
I only
we
have one
were
statue.
just having fun. We were entertaining ourselves, and I think everybody caught on with us.
Well, it seems like you do a lot of that. I want to talk about Rock Lobster. I want to take it back to the beginning, because that was, would you say that was the song that first put you on the map, Kate?
Yes, I mean, Danny Beard, well, first of all, it was one of the very first songs we wrote, and Fred had the most of the lyrics, well, all the lyrics, and we added the fish sounds and the and all that kind of stuff. But and Ricky just rocked the guitar. He had just a vicious guitar part that was just, you know, just driving beat. So the combination was just gold. And Danny Beard put out a single with 52 Girls on the flip side.
Yes.
So it went to Bleecker Bob's in New York. He said he never got the records, but there we went to New York, and there was our record. You know, this sleeve in the window. So
$50 a pop.
yeah, so it was they caught on, and then like Fred said, college radio started playing it.
Right.
And
it was
that
a
was
7-minute song, right?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't, yeah.
6.5. Yeah.
6.5 minutes.
Yeah, and 52 Girls was on the other side. And now we could never do a song of 52 Girls because
it's
I think
too
it's
fast?
down to about 10.
It had all 52 girls in it. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
I heard it on the boardwalk in Asbury Park back in 1978 because there was a local alternative station here in New York.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, what a thrill.
To
yeah.
hear it
We
there.
first heard our
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I
Everything
heard
stopped.
that
I heard it at the grocery store.
you're kidding. Wow, I want to go to your grocery store. I heard that Ricky, when he came up with the lick, said, "I just wrote the sickest lick or the stupidest lick." Is that
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah. Ricky. Well, actually, this is Keith's story. But, and all of a sudden, I imagined I was there, but I was. I was there. But Keith Strickland said that he saw Ricky playing the beginnings of Rock Lobster, and Ricky was just laughing and shaking his head. He said, "This is the stupidest lick in the world."
Wow.
Anybody loved it, you know.
Wow.
He just
We didn't
loved
think
it.
it was that weird, though. I don't know.
No, it was so simple.
Everyone's standard.
It was so simple.
Well,
And
for us,
Prince,
yeah,
normal.
Prince later put that in one of his songs just as a
Oh, is that right?
ode to
Yeah.
Ricky.
Really?
He did it live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
And I'm
so
a big
at
Prince
what
fan.
point did you all break on SNL? Where were you? Was that the first album? Was that the
That was
album
the
that I'm
first
wearing
album.
the
Yeah.
B-52s
Yeah.
album? And so when you get on SNL, did you do Rock Lobster on SNL?
Yeah, that's the one where we fell down.
Yes.
And
on the
dances
floor?
mess around. We fell down on every show.
Right.
True.
And what was that like for you going on SNL? Because that was also it's kind of the beginning years of SNL.
Yeah, I was a teenager when I first saw that. You know,
I was
So I was like,
paralyzed with fear.
Really?
We were scared, and so we looked really fierce punks. You know, we had a
You
fierce
did
look.
look like fierce
Yeah.
punks.
Fierce
and
and
you
we were
looked a little
scared as
mean.
hell.
Yeah, alien.
Yeah.
And
well, you
like-
didn't smile back then.
No.
No, so was that a punk thing that you
would not
you
smile?
were not to smile?
No.
Yes.
I mean, not consciously, but we just picked up on, the vibe. Like, you're not, you just got to be kind of fierce.
And so, did you consider yourself in those days? Were you punk in those days?
Punk in the beginning.
Punk in the beginning, yeah.
I mean, 52
Well, it
Girls
depends on
and
your
Rock Lobster, they're pretty punky.
definition.
And I was pretty blasé. It's like, here's Cindy, here's... you
Right.
know.
Well, your stage banter, Fred, has always been, I always thought, specifically kind of unironic and droll. That's kind of what
Well,
you
yeah,
were.
to keep the party going, people don't want to say, hey, it's really great to...
Right.
They want, introduce the band even if you just make up names or
Right.
they have made up names and...
Fred will
get the
say,
party going.
okay, now here's another song. And then you lead into a song. Like that's.
Well, Fred is
iconic,
a one of a kind.
Yeah.
His iconic
Yes.
thing was, are there any questions?
Right.
So then the audience would ask a question, and then Fred would not answer.
Well, no, I would make up the question and answer it, and it would be something like, what's the capital of Tunisia? And we used to give out bowling tricks. Like, if Ricky broke a string, we sort of had to come up with something to do because he didn't have really a tech to do the strings.
Right.
And
This was your time
Except my
killer.
husband.
Yeah,
Except,
exactly.
Yeah.
But it took a while because you
Right.
had to tune it, and I would give out trophies until one day I found people like just in the audience. I would give
Fighting.
out bowling trophies, and I'm
And they were
ready to see
fighting over
someone
them.
like hit, So I was like,
Yeah.
forget that.
Back with more of the B-52s after this.
Don't go anywhere. There's still more of Andy Cohen's Town Hall with the B-52s next.
Fall means cooler temperatures, crisp air, and sweater weather. Dove Advanced Care Dry Spray goes on instantly dry and cares for your skin under all your favorite knits and jackets. Did you know that half of U.S. women are self-conscious about their underarms, which can affect the way they move? With Dove Advanced Care Dry Spray, you can do all the things you love this season, like apple picking. Reach for the highest one. Try Dove Advanced Care Dry Spray. Effective protection, kind to skin.
Feeling more confident can start with a sound. The sound of Dove Advanced Care Dry Spray. Did you know that 9 in 10 women have had negative feelings about their underarms? Dove Advanced Care Dry Spray's weightless formula with 1/4 moisturizers leaves underarms feeling instantly dry and clean. And you more confident and carefree. Get 48 hours of effective sweat and odor protection that's kind to skin. Go ahead and raise your arms. Dove Advanced Care Dry Spray.
Bud Light Seltzer is not beer. It's 100% flavorful hard seltzer, 0% beer. 100% send it moments, 0% beer. 100% reunion specials on the couch, steamy hot tubs in Vermont, beaches in Charleston, nights in West Hollywood, and 0% beer. Made with natural fruit flavors, 5% alcohol, and only 100 calories a can. The loudest flavors ever. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Seltzer, IRC Beers, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's time for dog food to come clean. Read the ingredients of your dog's current food. The first 10 ingredients are the most important. Now check out Jinx, your dog's new favorite food. Jinx offers better nutrition in every bite with expertly formulated recipes, powered by high-quality proteins, superfoods, and probiotics. Try Jinx today and get 15% off your first 2 subscription orders. Find Jinx at thinkjinx.com/SiriusXM or visit a Walmart near you. That's thinkjinx, JINX.com/SiriusXM.
Andy Cohen Live.
Reality check. And every show streaming anytime on the SiriusXM app.
ANDY.
Radio Andy is Andy Cohen Live.
Reality check.
Jeff Lewis Live.
Revelation.
The Michelle Collins Show.
Sandyland.
The News with John Hill.
Make It Nice with Dorinda Medley.
The Wow Report.
Alter Family Politics. Smith Sisters Live. Here's what happened live. Radio Andy.
Always unpredictable.
Every NHL game is on SiriusXM.
What did he score? Alex Ovechkin!
The best players in hockey put it all on the line for a chance to hoist Lord Stanley's Cup.
The Colorado Avalanche are Stanley Cup champions!
Follow your team on SiriusXM and search for your club on the SXM app. And tap the favorite star to hear your hometown announcers all season long.
What a save!
And for daily hockey talk and analysis, listen to the experts on NHL Network Radio, Channel 91.
You wash your hands, you brush your teeth, but what about the nose? How do you clean your nose? With Navage. Navage uses powered suction to pull saline in one nostril, around the back of the nose, and out the other nostril, flushing out allergens, mucus, and germs. And it's why cleaning your nose, the body's air filter, is the next evolution in daily personal hygiene. People try Navage for lots of reasons. Sinusitis, colds, allergies, snoring, things that make it hard to breathe through your nose. But over time, they find that cleaning their nose makes them feel better, a lot better. Over 3 million Navage users have written more than 100,000 reviews, averaging 4.7 stars, saying, best product I've ever used, and amazing, I love my Navage. Navage helps you breathe better, sleep deeper, and snore less, but the biggest payoff is improved health. Navage is good personal hygiene and can help you stay healthier. At Walmart, Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Target, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Alter Family Politics is
unguarded, unfiltered, unmatched.
Sadly, that is the way we talk to one another. That's kind of very typical.
Well, it's not really a great look.
I know it's not. And we put that right out there.
We put it right out there. People probably think we're a very disputatious family.
Well, we are.
Well, not in a hostile way.
We are. Not hostile, but we're disputatious.
Alter Family Politics, Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, plus online and on the SXM app. Radio Andy. Always unpredictable. This is Andy Cohen's Town Hall with the B-52s.
We are back in New York City with the B-52s celebrating their farewell tour. Kate, Fred, and Cindy are in the house. I want to talk about Give Me Back My Man, which is such a... it's such a tour de force, Cindy, for you specifically. And how did you come up with...
it was a group writing process, but I got to sing it.
You got to sing it?
Yeah.
And is that song, what does that song mean to you?
Oh, I imagined... Every night I try to make it fresh, and so I make up stories. Okay, this one is about the toilet bowl man in a going on his motorboat. I don't know if you ever saw that commercial.
Yes, the tiny.
And so, I'm waving to the toilet boy.
Wow, not what I had.
Every night it's a different story.
Right.
Well, I came up with the lyrics and then gave them to Keith and Ricky, and they said, do you have any lyric ideas? And I said, here. And I guess they gave them to Cindy, and Cindy added to it, and they, then all of a sudden it's a song.
How did you and Cindy figure out that you sounded so fucking good together? Because the two of you
My mother's listening.
Right. The two of you are just undeniably, it's really one of the hallmarks of your group is how brilliant you two sound.
Well, it comes from jamming. Thank you.
Yeah, just from jamming.
Yeah.
And also being very creative and not trying to do the same old harmonies. In fact, some people told me that it reminded me of mountain songs or
it just gel too when we
hillbilly songs or whatever, So we just like to play. And in the playing comes some real interesting parts.
And we never figured out a harmony. We didn't say this is a fourth, we'll do this interval or something. It just naturally through jamming, blended, just gelled.
And some unusual.
They didn't even know that they blended that well when we first started.
Really? And Fred, did you and Keith and Ricky kind of look at each other and say, wow, like the girls are on fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there was such.
Cindy says no. Fred says yes.
Such a level of on self-consciousness, I think. And when we jammed, it was just like automatic writing. Things would just come out of our heads, and it was like.
That's very true.
So unself-conscious, and we weren't thinking wow, we sound great together. It just sort of all happened.
It was kind of mystical.
Yeah, it was very.
I don't blend in.
Well, that's the genius of it.
But you do. It all fits.
Well,
that's what's so brilliant.
It's more like call and response.
Right. Well, when you heard your music, when you were recording Wild Planet or when you're recording B-52s, and you sit back and you finish a track and you listen, are you all as a group, were you happy? Were you satisfied? Or did you think this is great? Or
it's like birth,
right.
When you do a song and it's like, wow, we created this thing together. It's so magical the way
it's
can happen.
Building a story from this chaos, and puzzle pieces. And get the interesting vocal melodies came out of it, as well as harmonies.
And we'd have this jam where we have it all on tape, and we'd pick the parts. We had a cassette player, and we would make a little library. We'd have 2 cassettes, so we'd sort of make edits on those cassette tapes, and then we'd put it all together.
Well, Keith and they taped everything reel to reel, and then
at first,
we also and then they pick out the parts they thought. And
wow,
we all worked together on that. Yeah,
I bet that was a real splice and dice job if you think about it.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and we didn't have the technology.
Right, exactly. So I want to talk about Mesopotamia for a second. I love that song so much. And that was one of the rare songs that you all worked on with an outside was Nile Rodgers involved in Mesopotamia?
Yeah.
No, not Mesopotamia. That was Stephen Stanley.
Oh,
okay. So where do you put Mesopotamia in your oeuvre? What was going on with you all as a band then, Fred?
Well, we just always do something different, and we wanted to get a little funkier and more, and our ex-manager said, you're going to lose your fans. I said, well, we're not going to lose our fans,
right?
Because we like soul music and this and that. And a famous DJ in Detroit just picked it up and wanted to, and ran with it and made it sort of a hit in a way.
Electric Mojo.
Indeed.
Mojo, yeah.
And why? And that album, though, was more like an EP than an album, right?
Yeah, because our manager said, we were rushed. I don't think we finished songs like Cake. We're not really finished.
I love Cake.
I love Cake.
Keith Strickland always says, if only we could have really finished that album. But we were kind of rushed, get it out, do an EP.
Sometimes maybe it was like a painting,
Right.
Yeah.
Why do you think Cake? Why do you refer to Cake as an unfinished song? Out of
Well,
curiosity?
it doesn't really
It goes
have
on,
a
doesn't it?
chorus exactly till the end when we do this cake.
Yes.
It doesn't really it's just a string of things, and then Cindy and I sound really stoned. Maybe we were in the middle, like in
Your
our
banter on that.
conversation.
I think I'll make a cake.
Well,
what kind of
it's-
pan? What kind of cake
Yeah, it's
do you
like,
want?
oh, that upside
Need a
down.
pan?
Probably ate
And
a
it's-
big meal and went back jamming, and who knows.
And it's got a lot of sexual innuendo, like a lot of our songs.
Yeah,
of course.
But I love, so when you two are vamping, when you're just making up that, hey, I'm going to make a cake. Do you have a pan? What kind of cake? How does that's just you two sitting there?
Jamming.
Just jamming.
Just jamming and talking.
Right.
And then when we hear that on the tape, we're like, okay, just leave that because that's something we can't recreate.
Yeah, and you're creating an atmosphere and it's fun.
Is there a song that you all made that you thought this is going to take us over? That this is going to do maybe what Love Shack wound up doing. Is there anything that came before it that made you did you think, oh, Whammy this is gonna be the thing for us?
Well, mainstream radio wouldn't touch us.
Right.
We were only played by, and thank God, and we've supported alternative and college radio from the beginning. Anytime we went to a city, we went to the college station or the alternative station or both.
Yeah.
To me, it felt like we were artists and just having,
and I thought
just doing it.
I thought every song was a hit. I think when you write a song, you think that's a hit, man.
Well, it's funny because I was looking at your catalog on the way on an interminable ride up 6th Avenue in order to get here. And I was looking and I was like, look at all the hits on this. I mean, in my mind, they all are hits.
Well,
absolutely, they're so iconic to me, and I think everybody in this room. How have you decided what to put in the farewell tour? And are you changing up the set at all?
Yes. Or? We're changing it up a bit, but there's certain songs. I mean, we have to do Love Shack, we have to do Rome, we have to do Rock Lobster, blah blah blah. But we're adding things we want to do, and Sterling has added some interesting drub beginnings, and so
it's
we're
exciting.
changing things up, and it's fun, and the audience has responded really well, since you can see every concert on YouTube.
And
how do you feel about that, Fred? How do you feel about that?
There's nothing you can do about it, so why not just make? All I care about is, do I look good?
And also, what you care is that there are butts in the seats. I mean,
they're
people
not
are coming, and they aren't. Well,
they're standing
their
up.
butts standing
Their butts
up.
are up.
Yeah.
But and they're still coming, so it only serves as
well, it's fun. It's you get overwhelmed too. I mean, I forgot the words to the beginning of
what's that song?
Da, 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 Private Idaho, because the curtain went down or up or whatever, and I saw so many people in the audience, I just got overwhelmed for a bit. I almost teared up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, where am I?
So just out of curiosity, I mean, I know that people don't like to reveal this, and I'm just curious, and you don't have to answer. Do you all have prompters on the ground?
No.
Wow, so
just
you
a set
remember?
list.
You just have a set list.
Yeah.
So all it takes is the music, and you remember every word.
Well, we know what song's coming next, but I have to say we have mixed in some songs that we knew from we haven't done recently, and those were the hardest things to do. We haven't
give me some songs that you haven't done.
Love in the Year 3000.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay.
We're gonna do Revolution Earth. We'll be doing Girl from Ipanema. What else are we putting in there?
How about Debbie?
Debbie,
that would be. There's so many. I mean, I wish we could just take requests, from the audience and just hey.
Yeah, and I wish we could do them.
Yeah. But it was hard enough just doing, the songs that we haven't regularly done because we had to have a little rehearsal. We didn't have enough rehearsal, so
the only thing I forget
is
is
exciting.
I'll introduce the band when I'm supposed to do the next song before I'm supposed to introduce the band, because I can't see the set list, because
there have been times when Fred went off stage. It's like, not yet, Fred. Reel him back in.
I want to talk about Song for a Future Generation, which to me is it's such a perfect B-52 song. It involves space, galaxies, horoscopes.
It's got it all in there.
Lunacy. It really does. So and I love the videos from the Whammy Journey album. They're all super fun and wild. And how did when you do the part where you're introducing yourself, did each of you come up with your own introductions, or how did that happen?
Yeah, we all came up with our own introductions.
That was just freestyle.
Well, we thought
it's
of
like
it.
a poem to me.
There's a song from the 70s that, hi, I'm Larry. I'm a Cancerian, and I like walks in the park and a beautiful lady.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so I thought, well, why don't we all, do that sort of thing, but everyone pick what they wanted to do.
Yeah, we all created our own persona.
Are you a Taurus?
I am.
Yes.
Well, they're all real.
They're all,
I figured.
It's
but,
all true, Andy.
Listen, I don't know. Did you really bake a cake? Let's talk about Rome for a minute, because Rome, I think, what I love about Rome, one of the things I love about Rome is that it personifies kind of your connection with the earth and the environment, and that became a real big kind of pro environment song. How did that?
Well, our friend Robert Waldrop wrote the lyrics.
Okay.
And we were jamming, and I brought out the lyrics. He wrote them beautifully on a big sheet of paper. And we just jammed, and it just gelled. I mean, because it was the first song. Yeah. I think one of the only songs we had that actually had like a verse, chorus.
Yeah, we came up with the vocal melody and the harmonies.
And then, Keith wrote the instrumentation, the music, and it just was so uplifting. The music Keith wrote too, and it just had that vibe of kind of,
an anthem.
Atmosphere.
Yes.
Anthem, yes.
Yeah. Is there any song that do you ever get sick of your own music?
I don't.
No.
Well, there's songs I don't care to do anymore, but I don't get sick of what we're doing.
Well, I don't want to sit down and listen to our albums. No.
Right. Can you each tell me your current favorite B-52 song?
It changes for me.
Changes.
Yeah.
I have to assume when you're
right now I'm on Love of the Year 3000.
Yeah, I like that, and we're planning to do Good Stuff and Moon in the Sky.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
What about you, Fred?
I'm enjoying Modine and good Love in the Year 3000.
Yeah. Does your more recent stuff hold a well, I guess it's the freshest, so maybe it's the most fun to perform.
I think it's one of our best albums, and it actually sold really well considering no one was buying records anymore.
We picked a great time to put it out.
Yeah, we wanted to put it out when no one was buying CDs. But I think it just sounds us now.
We're doing Pump from Funplex.
Oh, fun.
That's fun.
You talked to me about, I heard from Wayne, your manager, that there's a documentary.
Shout out to Wayne, who
Shout out to
got
Wayne.
all the video stuff together.
What's happening with the documentary?
Work in progress.
Yeah.
It might take another year.
Might take another year. And, the thing that to me is a great crime, and I can't tell, you all seem so chill and cool, but as a really passionate fan of yours, it really irks me that you're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That is
Does
a
it
crime.
annoy you?
Someone arrest them.
Well, it is. Do you have you invented your own sound that has not been replicated?
I'm happy for artists that are in it, but
It's
it doesn't
baloney.
mean anything to me.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything
There
to
are
me.
so many great artists that aren't in it. But,
Yes.
But if you want to chip in and get us a star on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood, we're there.
Well, that you should have.
But we wouldn't mind being in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Well, Kate and I inducted Martha the Vandellas.
That was a thrill.
That's great.
And we got to, I talked to, from Led Zeppelin,
Who? Robert Plant?
Robert
Jimmy
Plant.
Yeah.
And he said he bought our Rock Lobster, and I went like,
Wow. You also, I remember one of the great nights was that 40th anniversary of SNL party.
Oh my God.
I miss that.
You missed that.
That was so amazing.
I remember running up to Jimmy and saying, Fred and Kate are here. And he was like, would they... And you guys went up and did an all-star Love Shack with an all-star group up there on stage.
Luckily, they
right?
knew the
Yes, they did. Yeah.
The thing is, they asked me what key it was in, and I couldn't remember, although I played it on guitar. But anyway, I gave them the wrong key, for one thing. So we were singing really high.
I couldn't tell.
But
Don't ask me what
I was
key
like
anything's
really
in.
going higher, and I don't think all the band knew it, but we pulled it off.
But everyone was drunk, so nobody
It was
cared.
so much fun, though. And
That was fun.
It was really
That was
an amazing
exciting.
thing.
We're going to be back from New York City and our town hall with the B-52s after this.
Don't go anywhere. There's still more of Andy Cohen's Town Hall with the B-52s next.
Can I get the sales projections for the Springfield, Bristol, and Fairview stores?
Val's Froyo Palace is dishing out 3 more locations.
Jody, have you lined up interviews?
They need 3 new store managers before they have a meltdown.
And remember, they need at least 5 years experience.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, I'm Doug Mabey with Baird Wealth Management in Chicago. Before joining Baird, I founded the Springboard Foundation, an organization supporting local after-school programs and their leaders, like Kelly Haywood of Dream On Education.
The Springboard Foundation support allowed us to bring in additional staff, connect our students with various professionals throughout the greater Chicago area, and also engage our students with various communities, cultures, and cuisines.
With Baird support, Springboard also provides coaching and resources to help leaders grow.
The Springboard Foundation has provided me with the opportunity to connect with industry professionals, engage in career roundtables, and has connected me with industry leaders in the nonprofit and social impact space.
When passionate people with diverse backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives work together, there's no limit to what we can accomplish. Discover the difference we can make together at BairdDifference.com.
Travel with your significant other, best friend, or family member and make a great living while doing it. Team driving at Warner Enterprises is the best way to earn great money and benefits while seeing the country together. Want to team drive but don't have a partner? No problem. We can find a compatible one for you. We even have opportunities for seasonal team driving. To find out more about team driving at Warner, chat with a recruiter by visiting drivewarner.com.
This is Andy Cohen's Town Hall with the B-52s.
I'm Andy. We're back with our B-52s Town Hall in New York City. Okay, I want to go to some audience questions. Santa Miles in the audience. Hello. Hi there.
Hi.
Hey there.
Brett,
Yes.
is it true that you lived in Oceanport?
Yes.
Graduated from Shore Regional High School,
Yes.
and
Are such and such old? No.
were
Oh, you
any,
can get that on any.
were any of your songs inspired by your experiences living at the Jersey Shore?
No. No. Actually, living. I wrote crazy poems in high school, so. And actually, I didn't like high school, and it inspired me to leave. Excuse me.
What about your monster movie?
Oh, I did make movies with friends. I did one called Day After the Night of the Living Dead. And
What about Hogzilla?
That I haven't done that yet, but I go back. I mean, I've been to my reunions and I have a good time.
Well, weren't you elected something in? Yeah.
I was elected. Please leave.
Let's go to Melanie St. Raymond. Hi, Melanie.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
great.
By the way, I have my original flyer from the Student Union, 1983 in Athens.
Wow. Oh, wow.
I kept it all these years.
That's amazing.
1983. Yes, isn't it? Thank you all. So my question is, what has inspired each of you during this amazing journey? What is your takeaway for your fans as you, I guess you're really not retiring, but, and where do you go from here? You kind of answered some of that. But.
Well, for me, it's being creative in such a fun way and being able to make, people happy. And, I'm very lucky to be have been in a band with Ricky and Keith and Kate and Fred, and it was amazing. We're doing such amazing, putting our mind meld together sometimes, and it was like swirling around like this amazing paint and lots of glitter and whatever, and it's been a wild ride, and we've had our ups and downs, but we've also had glorious successes.
Yeah,
you really have.
Yeah. It's been thrilling to see the audience, though. And a lot of young people in the audience, and just kind of really dancing and feeling free and having fun, which is a great gift. I used to think, they don't, maybe people don't take us seriously. I mean, all of us went through this phase, maybe where we're regarded as silly. But then I realized the gift we have together with the audience is having fun.
Yeah.
We have a sense of humor, and we
don't
bring
take
it out.
yourself too seriously.
We're not camp.
Sure do.
I mean,
how did you come across the wigs? I mean, how did you
at a thrift store?
Yeah.
I remember Fred and I just grabbing two ends of a 25-cent wig.
Well, Keith said to me, "Oh, you got to go to the Diana shop." Or go see the Diana shop, excuse me.
Which you quote in the song Wig.
We told Kate and Cindy, because they had wigs and stuff.
Well, I went to the Diana shop after Fred advised me to go to the Diana shop.
And you got a purse to match.
And I got a purse to match. I got a wig and a purse to match. And Cindy was working at the Whirly Q across the street, and I saw this. They were white fake fur purses, and we teased them up, and they had a little chain here, so we tucked the chain away and made white afros.
Wow.
Yes, it was great
sort
look.
Of afros, I guess.
And so, do you still have all of your old wigs from the day, or?
My husband donated. He was the keeper of everything. My husband and I have been together since
the day.
19.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was keeper of the wigs.
He's the keeper. He keeps outfits, posters, everything, and we've donated it to the University of Georgia.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
But I hate to tell you, wigs don't. They don't last
really
forever.
Yeah, right.
It's great because Derek, my assistant, he organized this fashion show at the University of Georgia and was wearing all these old, costumes of mine with wigs. And it was these young girls, and they were all just little beautiful little girls wearing these great outfits, and it was so wonderful.
Okay, let's go to Shelley Marks.
Hi, Shelley.
Your live shows are legendary. We all go off and we're all excited because the energy there is just the best. Wow. It's so good. But you're like the only band that can capture that in the studio. During the pandemic, when I put on any studio record of yours, I feel like I'm at a live show. Wow. And it's really unique to find that. Is that intentional, or does the magic just happen?
Well, the first album, we literally did it live in the studio and then fixed it up with no effects. And we did it in 3 weeks. We should have paid for it. We would have made a fortune. Right. But it took 3 weeks. But when we heard it back, I don't know what Kate or Sydney thought, but I thought it sounded a little rinky-dink. So I said, put Play Loud somewhere on the album. And they put it up so people think it's called Play Loud. But yeah, Play Loud.
Chris Blackwell, the producer, it was his idea to keep it sparse, the way we sounded on stage. So that was intentional production decision. And we were like, yeah, gosh, we sound just like we sound. That's
weird.
Well, I thought we had reverb. I thought we had reverb on stage.
Yeah.
The second album, Wild Planet, was a big step forward for us, I think.
Yeah, it was more produced by Rhett Davies.
It was. And what did and when you worked with Nile Rodgers on Cosmic, did you?
Don Was and Nile Rodgers.
Don Was and Nile Rodgers together.
Dream team.
Wow. I mean, that is a dream team. And the thing about it is, Nile, you all are you so have your own sound that what does a producer bring to your sound successfully? Because to me, part of the mastery would be kind of leaving you alone in a weird way.
You know, I have a hard time
being
go. You know, because when we write the music, you know, it's in my head a certain way, but you have to kind of go into the studio and let this other person interpret a lot.
If you're working with a legend like Niall and Don, it's like, wow, they're going to make things even better. And Niall would put speakers in hallways and stairwells and add all these things that.
And with Don, we put a microphone down a well.
A well? Oh, upstate, yeah. And then we pulled out a kid. It was wow.
They had different approaches, but they worked.
And Fred, you've raised that kid as your own. Yes. David Gunder has a question. Hey, David.
Hey, how are you guys?
Great.
What do you think the trajectory of the band would have been if Ricky was here with us now?
Wow, isn't that
I know,
hard
you just
to say?
don't know. I'd like to think that Ricky would have continued loving it and doing it and working, you know. But also, there was a side of Ricky that wanted to buy a sailboat and go around the world, you know. So, I don't know.
Yeah,
He did have a boat.
Yeah,
It's a great
but
boat.
I think his eventually wanted to, he had the idea of, you know, circumvent the world, you know.
He had a lot of different interests, cooking and sailing and
Computer. He was the first one to really
computers.
work computers.
And is this October 12th?
And this
is the day he died.
Yes.
Or,
I have that on the calendar, yeah.
And so, you know, I love you, Ricky.
Ricky,
you know,
we love you.
You mentioned, Keith, we were talking backstage a little bit. You've added a show in Athens as the final show of this tour, of this farewell tour.
The first final show.
The first final show. And it's a fitting, obviously it's the fitting place to end because it's where it began.
Sure.
You are raising money at that show for whom?
Different charities.
Nucci Space.
The Council on Aging, where I was meal coordinator for Clark County after being the chauffeur.
Planned Parenthood.
Great.
Yeah, mental health.
And do we think that our friend Keith will wander back to the stage that night?
Keith, come back.
We're trying.
Yeah.
We hope so.
He has an invitation for any show. Can I give a shout out to someone who's here?
Of course.
It's Jonathan Anderson, who's one of our oldest fans.
Wow.
He's been coming.
Long time.
He went to the very first shows we did, and he once said to me, Mr. Schneider, what are you doing in the subway? Where's your limo?
Mr. Schneider.
This is 1978.
Wow. I'm curious for other music. You know, when you look back on 78, and I remember reading about you all performing at CBGB's and stuff like that. When you started breaking and you started playing in New York and stuff, were there other musicians that you were recognized by that meant something to you at that time? Like who?
Yeah, Blondie, Patti Smith,
Talking Heads.
the Ramones, Talking Heads.
Yeah, Ramones opened for us a lot, and they were great.
Oh my
great
God.
guys.
Amazing.
Wow.
And Debbie and Chris really promoted us. They were becoming really big, and they would promote us at their shows.
Did you open for any big tours in that?
Talking Heads,
time?
yeah, we toured.
Talking Heads.
Yeah, that was amazing.
They should have opened for us, but
Whoa, well. Whoa.
That's funny.
well, we were selling more records. They had a bigger band.
But they were great. They were amazing, and they are iconic.
Yeah. And so wait,
how are we gonna walk this back?
I think this is what I was thinking about Mesopotamia, because didn't David Byrne?
Yes, he produced Mesopotamia.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just going to say, Chris Blackwell of Island Records, he said, I don't think you should put Mesopotamia on Mesopotamia. And we said, well, it's called Mesopotamia. We got to have Mesopotamia on it.
Right.
So we did. But
why didn't he think you should put it on there? He didn't think it sounded like
I think people started putting their finger and trying to do something, you know.
They thought it was too different, maybe, but we were like, "Wow, this
that's us.
This is us." You know?
Yeah.
You know, we're singing it. We didn't like put like weird duck calls or something, or like
right.
explosions or something in it. I mean, it's just us. We evolve. You know, you keep changing.
I think one of your purest songs that I love so much, that to me tells the story of a moment in your time, is Deadbeat Club, which was on Cosmic Thing, of course. Where does that song sit for you in your catalog, Cindy?
Well, you know, it was definitely, to me, again, going back to us writing Cosmic Thing album, we were just, to me, it was like going back and remembering great times in Athens.
Yeah.
And we were like, it was nostalgia, trying to sing about some pleasant things, because, you know, there's so many people dying, and it was horrible, and we lost Ricky, and we didn't know what the future was going to be, and there was so much hard stuff going on. You know, lots of friends.
New York in the 80s, we lost so many friends, and New York wasn't as vibrant as it became by the end of the decade, or early 90s even. I mean, it was pretty desolate in places here.
Us going in and doing these nostalgic songs of pleasant days.
And we also vowed to each other that we weren't trying to write a hit. We were just doing it for our healing. It became this real healing process after Ricky died. It was just like getting back together. Keith, we took a break and we didn't know if we were coming back together, but Keith started writing some music and said, I lived across the lake from him, and I would go over to my canoe and he played me something, and he said, you know, played it for everybody, and then we thought, let's do it. And it was just for us. And it turned out to be our biggest hit.
Isn't that amazing how that works?
I think it comes from the heart, you know.
It came from the heart, and it was just pure creativity.
Well, we never try to write. We just want to write good, what we think are really good songs.
And have fun.
And if we are the only people who like them, that's fine with us.
Yeah.
You know, but luckily,
that's how
we just have a really good audience and fan base, and with so many kindred spirits. I mean, we get so many letters saying, thank God for you, because you got us through high school and all this other stuff, and a bad breakup, or this and that, you know, or I'm gay, and I didn't realize there were music. Well, hello. But no, kids who are gay would write to us too.
Yeah. A lot.
A lot. Or come up to us at shows.
It was unexpected, and nothing we planned in the beginning. It was like Cindy said, it was writing for our own kind of satisfaction and joy, and, you know, just to amuse ourselves. And amazing thing that happened, that it affected people.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of our songs, if we hit a snag, we'll do something like we have videos, and we have what Cindy would be Mary Shirley on the Mary Shirley Morning Show, and a lot of our songs we just burst out laughing at the end.
Yeah, we would be characters sometimes.
Cindy, I'm curious, what do your kids think about the B-52s?
Oh, well, my son came up, Nolan, my baby son. He came up to and was the Lobster in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great.
Yeah. We have a
go ahead. Yeah,
it's great. We don't have to pay him.
We have a lobster on stage.
Yes, Claudia.
Yeah, I don't think we're giving away anything, but
no, the whole show. The whole show's on YouTube.
And so, you know, it's always been. Mama's always, you know, been doing that, and for the longest time they just thought it was normal, you know.
Well, remember when they came on the bus?
Not normal, you know.
Right.
When they came with us on the bus tour. Then they came with us on the bus tour. They got over touring pretty quickly, didn't they?
Yeah, it was like rock and roll babies, you know.
The normalcy that is the B-52s is the normal that I want in the world. The B-52s are appearing in a city near you on their nationwide farewell tour. Go to theb52s.com for tour dates and tickets. Shows are selling out. You guys got to act fast. Thank you very much, Kate, Fred, and Cindy, for hanging out with us.
And thank you,
Andy. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
What for?
I'm trying to think.